sports season, and New Englanders are known to enjoy skiing and snowboarding, of course, but there are dangers that come along with this time of year. These sports especially can lead to serious injuries if you're not careful about it. In fact, a teenager died in Massachusetts from a skiing accident this year. What kind of injuries should you be most on the lookout for, and is there anything you can do to prevent them? I'm joined now by Dr. Michael Bellinger from University of Orthopedics to discuss the topic. Dr. Bellinger, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So is there an uptick in injuries that you see this time of year, specifically with winter sports, and what's the most common injury that you see?
So there's definitely an increase in ski and snow sport related injuries as the weather gets colder and we have the snow to go out and have fun on. I see injuries related to skiing and snowboarding that really fall into three different categories. There's the high energy injuries that occur with colliding with fixed objects like hitting trees or lift towers or even other skiers. There are injuries that happen falling and hitting the ground. They tend to be wrist injuries, elbow injuries, shoulder injuries from the impact of hitting the ground. And then there's another category of injuries that happens with twisting. We see knee injuries, ligament tears, broken bones around the knee, even sometimes leg or tibia fractures that come from twisting in the equipment as you fall.
Now, Dr. Bellinger, obviously some falls are unavoidable when you're on the mountain, but are there preventative measures that people can take to protect their bodies?
Yeah, I think it really starts in the off season and pre-season, assessing and improving your athletic conditioning, having exercises to maintain your strength and flexibility. And then attention to your equipment. You want to make sure that your skis and boots and bindings or snowboard and boots and bindings are in good working order. And then it's a lot about decision making on the mountain. I personally like to start with a very easy run and make sure my equipment is working and all of my parts are working before I enjoy the thrill of the risk of pushing the envelope a little bit.
Football players, of course, they have pads. Soccer players have shin guards. Do you think that skiers and snowboarders should be wearing more padding? Would it help in these scenarios?
Well, thankfully, helmet wear has become commonplace. So we're protected against at least some of the head injuries with that. There has been attention to wrist guards to protect the wrists, particularly in snowboarders. So another becoming more and more important and widespread piece of safety equipment. There has been some work with automatic inflating safety suits for ski racers that are akin to the airbags in your car. They haven't become widespread use in recreational skiers, but it may be something that we see more of in the upcoming years.
All right, so certainly some measures you can take to try and stay safer out there. Dr. Bellinger of University Orthopedics, thank you so much for being here today to talk about this, especially with the season really getting underway right now.
Thanks for having me.